On today's Core of the Bible Daily Insight, we're looking at how to improve our spiritual reflexes. And this comes from a saying of Yeshua in Matthew 5, where he says, I can guarantee that unless you live a life that has God's approval and do it more faithfully than the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. In Matthew 5, Yeshua encourages believers to exceed the righteousness of the religious leaders by being sincere and genuine. The hypocrisy of the leadership was evident in all of their public actions, and Yeshua was constantly confronting them on their hypocrisy. But Yeshua always focused on his followers doing the right thing from the heart, not just following a set of rules. He said that what was in the heart would overflow into actions that reveal the true intent of the heart. In Luke 6, he says, Good people do the good that is in them, but evil people do the evil that is in them. The things people say come from inside them. This is a challenging principle, but one that also helps us gauge where we are in our spiritual journey. Well, how? Well, by reviewing our reflexive interactions with others, we can see how changed our heart is. When we say the wrong things and then realize it later, we know that our immediate heart response, like a reflex, responds with what it's full of. If it's full of bitterness or frustration, it will lash out in anger. If it's full of peacemaking and reconciliation, it will seek to reach out in love and sacrificial effort for the sake of another. By self-reviewing our conversations with others, we can get an idea of how positive or negative our spiritual reflexes may be. And this is why, when we become angry or frustrated, it's recommended we wait until we have a chance to cool down before providing a response to a particular situation. Then we allow the negative emotion to pass, where we can think more clearly of an appropriate response. Likewise, if we have a caring or willing heart impulse to help someone who comes across our path, we shouldn't stifle that feeling and allow the moment to pass without acting on it. This is a challenging dynamic process that requires maturity to navigate. If we constantly fill our hearts with the bitterness and strife we may encounter in our families, our workplaces, and social media interactions, then we're sure to outwardly act on those heart responses. But if we keep our hearts filled with the positive aspects of our spiritual heritage of finding ways we care for others or healing the hurts around us and going above and beyond for those who are antagonistic towards us, we will be much more likely to respond reflexively in the moment in a way that honors God. Some of the practical ways we can do this is through memorizing helpful Bible verses, or having hymns or spiritual songs that are meaningful to us in our daily routine, and by choosing to privately and sincerely pray throughout the day for our own responses and to overcome the actions of others. These habits produce a life of integrity, a life that honors God, because it is a life of refusing to succumb to the culture around us and to maintain a righteous attitude in the face of adversity. When we can train our reflexes to operate in this way, we are then able to magnify God to those around us just as He intends us to. Well, I hope today's insight was helpful for you. As always, please visit coreofthebible.org for hundreds of other Bible articles like these, along with other podcast episodes and videos. Thanks so much for listening today. Take care.